Save me a piece of that corn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Craig playing the straw. Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dah, doo-dah. Camptown racetrack 5 miles long, oh, doo-dah day.
Welcome to another Cornfed little podcast on the Prairie. Today we're doing something a little different. You might have noticed there's a different backdrop here.
We're coming to you from
live and in
Louisville.
person from Churchill Downs.
Sort of.
Or maybe from our little studio. But why are we coming to them from Churchill Downs?
Because today is the 148th Kentucky Derby.
Woo! Horse racing fans, this is a special one for you. So, let's start off by telling them, how about we tell them first how we got into becoming huge fans of the Derby?
Well, it all started. How far do you want me to go back? Okay, I'll do a short little story for you. Okay, I was watching this British show about an up-and-coming cook. It was kind of like an upstairs, downstairs story. And she would hold all these dinner parties all the time. So then I got to thinking, how am I going to hold dinner parties? And then I would think of different themes of different parties I could do. And I knew the Kentucky Derby was coming up. So I held a Kentucky Derby party.
And I got to attend, and it was awesome.
You got to attend. It was a lot of fun.
In fact, she actually made a YouTube video on our other channel. We'll put a link down below about how to throw a Kentucky Derby party. And you got to watch it because I got to say, all the food was incredible.
It was pretty good. I had the hot brown sandwich, which doesn't sound good, but it is really good. And then I had
it's not what you might think. It's not 2 pieces of bread with,
kind of like a cream corn casserole type thing going on too. And then I had all these desserts, and it was just a blast because we had about 10 people over, and they all had their own horse that they were cheering for during the race. And the winner won the Golden Horseshoe, which is just a horseshoe that I spray painted gold. And she was pretty stoked about it too. But that was one of the better parties that I ever threw. And so when we were taking a road trip, we thought, we got to stop by at Churchill Downs.
Pay homage. Yeah, so ever since she threw that party, which was like 5-6 years ago, somewhere in there, we just really got into the Kentucky Derby. We'd never really been into it, and then it just became like a fun thing every year. We'd get excited about it.
Yeah, we got to pick out each other's horse.
Yeah.
And we have to go to Arby's and get the bourbon sandwich.
Well, when they had it, I don't know if they still do. Arby's used to do a bourbon sandwich, but
yeah.
Anyway, we would always try to do something special and then watch the Derby, and just really fun times.
And these little mint julep glasses are a remnant of my Kentucky Derby party.
Yeah, so she ordered she got all these different Kentucky Derby glasses online from all different ones. This is from 138. And anyway, all the attendants at her party got to take home their own Kentucky Derby glass. And we kept a few just for little souvenirs. So, yeah.
But enough about the past. So what are the top 10 picks? I'll let you read these names because I don't know how to pronounce them.
And I will probably butcher them too, but I'll do my best.
Okay, the top 10 picks
I am the resident.
Derby.
I am the resident linguist.
Oh, well, we'll see how you do.
So, if I get them wrong, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so the top 10 picks for this Kentucky Derby are, let's start at number 10 and work our way back up. How about that?
Oh, dang.
More suspense. So number 10, we have Zozos. The mighty Zozos.
There was actually like a 3-way tie for the 20-1 odds, but I liked the name Zozos the best, so I put that as number 10.
And number 9, get out your credit cards because we're going to charge it. So that's number 9, charge it. I like that. That's a fun name. Okay, then moving on to number 8, we have a very regal steed known as Crown Pride. Oh, yes. Running for king and country. Then number 7 is something we like to do. Smile happy.
Like, how would you smile unhappy?
What a fun name. Smile happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Happy Smile would have been better, but they have rules for how they name the horses.
Okay, and then number 6, we've got an exotic foreigner, it sounds like, with Taiba.
Taiba?
Ooh. Or maybe Taiba? I don't know.
I don't know. They come from all over the world.
Taiba sounds very exotic and fun. Then, number 5, from old Ireland, we have Mo Donegal.
Mohammed Donegal.
I don't know, it says Mo Donegal, which sounds very Irish to me. Number 4 is White Abarrio. Or if it's Spanish, it's White Abarrio.
Does that mean something in Spanish?
If it does, I do not know.
Okay.
I know barrio is like, a neighborhood.
Oh,
The
okay.
hood.
So white
Maybe it's
neighborhood.
the white hood. No, I don't think so. I'm sure that's something totally different. Number 3, for all you soccer players out there and soccer fans, I'm going to say that they named this after the great Lionel Messi. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But it's Messier, but it's spelled Messier. So maybe they got it from one of the great soccer players of all times. I don't know. Or maybe it's French and it's like Messier.
Monsieur.
It's not Monsieur, I know that.
Spelled wrong.
Spelled wrong. Number 2 is where we're at here in the U.S., the epicenter. Because we're in Kansas, in the center.
You're blowing out my eardrums too.
All right, and then number 1, drum roll, Zandon. Or maybe Zandon. I don't know. I like Zandon.
Like Brandon.
Let's go Zandon. I like Zandon. Or maybe it's Zandone. Or maybe it's Zaldamo.
Saldama.
Little shout out to Little House.
Okay, so the overwhelming favorite is Zandon.
Zandon.
Or Zandon. But another fun way to pick your horse is by the color of the jockey silks. And what does the color of the jockey silks represent?
Friendship? Just kidding. It represents the uniform or logo of the stable that owns the horse.
Yes.
There you go. I got it right. I can read.
And so there's been a handful of Triple Crown winners throughout history. So what are the 3 races that make up the Triple Crown?
Well, of course, you have the most important one, the Kentucky Derby.
Where's that held?
I think they hold that in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in Kentucky. And the number 2 race is the Preakness Stakes, which is where?
Maryland.
Maryland. And then we've got, of course, the Belmont in
New York City. No,
New York
New
City.
York City, but it's New York.
In New York. Probably upstate. That's all the people like to say.
Yeah.
Which I discovered upstate just is anywhere other than New York City, basically.
Yeah.
But for you New Yorkers out there, when people anywhere else other than New York hear upstate New York, they think, what the heck is that? my whole life I would hear people say, "Oh, we're from upstate New York." I think, what does that mean? Upstate, just further up the state? And basically, yeah, that's what it is. All right, so like we said, our adventure with the whole thing started 5 or 6 years ago, but then in 2020, we had the chance to go to this glorious place, stand next to this glorious statue
of Barbaro.
Barbaro, one of the all-time greats, and we took pictures there. It was closed because of COVID. We couldn't go in and look inside the stadium.
It said that there was
a
dress code to just go and look inside the stadium. So I had to go and buy some clothes because you know me, I was wearing
sweats,
very casual clothes and tennis shoes, and you're not allowed to wear those things when you go in for a tour in the actual arena. So we had to go buy me some decent clothing. But then we found out that it had closed down and only like the elitists or whatever were able to go inside the track. But the museum was open. And tell us about your favorite parts of the museum.
Oh, that's easy. The museum, well, if you're ever anywhere near the state of Kentucky, go to Churchill Downs and go see this museum. It is awesome. My favorite part by far was the video that they put on.
Yeah.
This is really neat. So you go sit in a room and everyone sits all throughout the room. There's these stools that are on swivels. And you, as soon as they start the video, you quickly learn what the swivels are for. So they have the screen. It's a big oval room. It's shaped like a track, like the horse racing track. And there's screens all the way around the oval of video. It's literally like 360 degrees of video going. So you're the whole time you're like, wow, you're swiveling around. Oh, check this out. Oh, look at this. And there's like different things popping up on all these screens. And it's like, it's just a really fun experience.
Yeah, the production gets you pumped to see the race.
Yeah, they do a really good job.
Great.
And then you can see there's like jerseys that different winning jockeys have worn, and they have some interactive games you can play. You can get up on a horse and how did that game? There was one where we actually raced, but how did we?
Yeah.
Was it like a trivia thing that moves you forward, or?
Well, there was a trivia one, and there was also one where you ride the horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But how did you win? I can't remember. Like, did you do something to make it go?
I think so. I think you had to position it just right, and
anyway, they had some fun games and stuff to play, and it's neat. It's a big museum. It's was it 2 or I think it maybe just 2 stories, or was it 3? No, I think it's just 2. But it's a couple stories and just a lot to see and do, and then you can buy like super overpriced Kentucky Derby merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked through. They had a clearance rack, and everything was still like, ooh, this is really expensive. But hey, it's a once in a lifetime thing, possibly for some of us.
Yep, and you got to stand next to replicas of different jockeys and see how small they were compared to you.
Yeah, they had life-size statues of them and stuff, and yeah, it's like, wow, these dudes are little dudes.
Yep, but we would be remiss if we did not mention what is considered the greatest racehorse in all of history.
Was it Warhorse?
No, sorry, it wasn't. It wasn't Man o' War either, but it was Secretariat. And Secretariat still holds the record for all 3 races, even this many years later. When did he win the Triple Crown?
I believe that was 1973.
Oh, you're so right.
1973.
And he won the Belmont Stakes by only 31 links.
Unheard of.
Yes, is unheard of. And why don't you tell him about the physical makeup of this horse, which was so different from other thoroughbreds?
Yeah. One of the amazing things that happened is after he lived a long and glorious life out in the pasture, then when he finally passed away, they had to know like what made this horse like so much better than any horse ever to live. So they did a full they took him apart, let's just say, to keep it not gruesome, and then they examined his heart, and his heart was 22 pounds. 22 pounds. A typical racehorse is only about 10 pounds on average. So think about that, more than double.
Just like all that oxygen, all that energy that horse was able to pump through its body made it the greatest racehorse in history.
It was like the Samson of racehorses.
Right.
Yeah, we just saw a really cool Samson. Hey, if you're ever in Branson, Missouri, or what was the other place? This is a little rabbit trail. This is a little rabbit trail. But there's this theater.
It's like Sight and Sound theaters.
Yeah, I think that was what it was called, Sight and Sound. But anyway, this is fresh on my mind because we just came from our church. They did a live showing, or it wasn't live, but it was live streamed, or streamed from this company. But they put on the most amazing play. We saw Samson, but what you're seeing is a video of a live action play.
And it's not hokey in any way. It was
oh my goodness,
amazing.
The sets were insane, and the way they could move them and stuff, and it was by far like the best play I've ever seen, hands down. Like production value, it was amazing, and of course the story is awesome, like straight from the Bible. But just the production of the sets and the special effects they were able to do.
Especially the musical part was straight from the Bible.
Yeah, and great singing and stuff, and super, super entertaining. It was, I think, like a 2-hour thing, and it flew by, like, felt like it was like a half an hour.
I would have been like, ugh.
So anyway.
If I had to watch like a live action video, I would have been upset, except for this company putting it on.
It was amazing. Anyway, we'll try to find something and put a link below on how you can watch these online, or like I said, if you're in Branson, Missouri, like go see it live. That's like, as soon as we left, we were like, oh, we got to go there sometime and see. And they rotate different plays, but I was like, I want to be in that audience. It's one of those plays too where some of the players come out into the stands and they don't really interact. Well, sort of. That one guy was kind of talking to people, but anyway. So sorry about that. I had to get that out there. So back to the horses.
Okay, so to bring it all home, so you know what the top 10 ones are. What will be your pick this year? I know who I want to pick. I think you couldn't go wrong if you did Zandon or Epicenter, but I really like the name Mo Donegal.
Donegal from old Ireland.
So I'm going to go with Mo.
I'm going to go, some of you may or may not know this, I'm a big soccer guy. So I'm going to go with Messier, assuming that they got that from Messi, because that's how he spells his last name, with a ER on the end. So maybe that's a shout out to he's by many considered the greatest of all time. It's a dispute. I'm more of a Zlatan guy. But anyway, so to be loyal to my soccer roots, I'm going with Messier, who's ranked third. So
okay, so the big event is gonna start around 6 p.m. Central Time. So that would be around 4 p.m. Pacific.
Did you say the date?
Today.
Today?
Yes.
All right, so today, 6 p.m. And what do they call the Kentucky Derby? And for good reason?
The Race for the Roses?
They do call it that, but they also call it something more encompassing.
The greatest race?
Greatest minute.
Oh, no, it's not a minute.
The greatest 2 minutes this is what they say, it's a big claim, in all of sports.
So, it's so great that you think that 2 minutes is really what?
And how many times around the track is it?
It's just one time?
One time.
Oh.
One time around the track, isn't it? Now you made me doubt myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So in 2 minutes, the horses go all the way around this big track. So it's just like one time around and it's done. It's fast. So it's about 2 minutes long, but it is exciting.
Yes.
It is so
I
fun
watching it.
And you see, in just one time around the track, they're jockeying and moving, and you just see so many new things.
You didn't mention something that was really odd. It's been happening last year. The horse was disqualified supposedly for drugging. And then in 2019, what happened?
Yeah.
That was the first time that this had ever happened in
145 years. Yeah, for the first time ever, the winner, the first horse across the finish line, was disqualified. And he was disqualified, I've got it here on my little phone, disqualified for interference. They said that the horse unnecessarily kind of jostled the one of the other horses, so they disqualified him, and the victory was given to Country House. And I wished I would have bet that year, because I always go
That's
for
who
like...
he chose.
Yeah, that was the horse I was going for, because we had just bought our first Country House. We had just moved to the country, so I was like, that was my horse. But I didn't put any money on it. We're not big gamblers.
So be sure to watch, because anything can happen.
Yeah. And if you're a betting man or woman, then it's kind of fun the way they do. You don't just say like, oh, I picked this one to win or whatever. There's like 100 different ways you can bet. You can bet like for the top 3 to finish in the top 3 spots. You can bet there's just, I can't even describe, there's like so many different things you can bet on. So it's not just like you're picking the fastest horse. You can bet on all different positions, and you can bet on like 3 horses at a time to do so well. And anyway, so it's kind of fun. So
yeah,
just something to throw out there.
Yeah.
All right. So we hope you'll all, we should do a live. I don't know. We'll think about it during the shortest live ever. No, I don't know.
The people wouldn't have time to type out.
Yeah, the time you type it'd be over.
Maybe we'll do a live like starting like 15 minutes before kickoff time or something. Because it actually, every single year they say like, oh, it's supposed to start at 5:57 p.m. Central Time, but it always starts like 15 minutes later. So maybe if we did a live, that'd be a
we'll think about it. But it's a fun day to watch horse racing, and there's a ton of races leading up to the big one. So like you can go on, I don't know when it starts, an hour or two before, but there's races like I think most of the day.
Yeah, throughout the day.
So maybe it's more
from the morning.
Oh yeah, so I guess it starts in the morning. So you can be watching like really fun horse races all day leading up to the big event, which is that's when all the celebs pop out and do their
with
thing.
Their hats.
Yeah, all the ladies in the big hats.
I love watching those hats.
And that's what's fun too, just seeing all the people all dressed up fancy and stuff. Yeah. So awesome. So here's to the Kentucky Derby. And we hope you'll enjoy it, and we hope we've brought some new fans on board that maybe you've never thought about it, and you'll watch and see how exciting it is. So enjoy the race. God bless, and have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
So we're parked out by the lake to let you know that if you liked that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, if you go to the description below, you can find a link to our online store where you can buy all kinds of fun corn-fed merchandise, like this one-of-a-kind t-shirt. Or if you want to go a step further and support us in our corn-fed endeavors, you can buy us an ear of corn or two by
going to patreon.com/cornfedlife, and for as little as $1 a month, you can help support some starving YouTubers.
Thanks for watching.